So we'll continue from where we left yesterday, right? Yesterday we were talking about some inbuilt functions. So we'll talk about some inbuilt function today as well. Okay. Um, there is a there is a dummy table in Oracle which you don't have in any other table. It's called dual. Okay, it's a dummy table, right? So if I say select star from dual, okay, okay. So see, so table name is dual. It has a column dummy and value is X. So it's a one row, one column table called dual. What's the purpose of it? Okay, other database doesn't have SQL Server, other they don't have it. Okay, what they say is, okay, you can create one if you want to. Okay, in Oracle or sorry, in MySQL or SQL Server. Okay, Oracle has created. The purpose is there's some generic um, there are some generic uh, functions. Okay, which is independent of the table or the data. Okay, so for example, if I want to find square root of 36, for example, okay, so I'll say select, okay, you have function called sqrt of 36. Now, square root of 36 is independent of any table, isn't it? Okay, but as per the syntax, as per the grammar, okay, of SQL, select has to have from table, correct? So Oracle says, okay, I give you dummy table. You use this dummy table to perform. Okay. And you run. So see, you get 66. You can perform on HR employees also. Okay. Any table because it is SQRT, which is a generic thing. I'm not talking about SQRT of a column. Of course, if I have to find square root of a column, then I know which table, which column. But I'm just doing generic SQRT for which you don't need table. But as per the rule, as per the syntax, okay, select should have from also, right? From table name. Okay, so if I say here HR dot employees, okay, what will happen? Okay, so you're getting square root of 36, which is 6, and for each row you're getting, for each row of employees. Okay, because select star from HR employees will give you star, that means number of rows. Okay, what you can do is we know distinct right now, so we can add distinct here. Okay, now you get 1. Okay, okay, so so you can manage it without using a dummy table, but dummy table makes it easy. Okay, so okay, so like if you have to do something similar in SQL Server or other database, you create a dummy table, okay, called dummy with one row, one column. Why one row, one column? We don't need more than one row. Sorry, we don't need, we don't need more than one row or one column. And if you have more than one row, this value will repeat that many number of times, right? So we create a dummy table here, right? So let's spend some time on trying to understand these generic um, functions. Most of these are mathematical functions, okay? Um, um, and you can perform on a column or you can perform on a, see, I can say square root of salary. It doesn't make any sense, but yes, you can do that very well, right? So now you get the square root of the salary component here, everybody's salary, right? So you can perform on dummy table or you can perform on real data as well. But just to introduce this concept of dummy table, I took this example. Now let's say you want to round it off. Okay, let me see if there are. So select star from HR employees. Okay, so okay, um, let's do something like this. Okay, so we did that, right? Salary plus salary into commission percentage. Okay. And this becomes your total, or capital, everything in capital. So total salary. Okay. Okay. And where commission percentage is null or not null. Okay. So okay, I wanted it to be like decimal point. Okay. So instead, what I'll do is I'll simply add, okay, and not multiply. I just wanted to get this decimal values. Okay. So yeah, you have this decimal values, right? Now you can round it off. Okay, let's say this is what you get, and I add one more column where I say round. Okay. Round, and I say salary plus commission. Okay. Round salary, something I call it. Okay. So it has removed the decimal part, right? We do not have any decimal with 0.5. Round would then actually round it off to the next value. Okay. So you have round, you have trunk. Okay. Trunk will truncate the values. That means it will remove the the decimal values. So in this case, you'll find both doing same because you do not have value here more than 0.5. Okay, so round means if it is more than 0.5, it will round it off the next integer. Okay, had it been 14,000.7 or even 5 or 9, it would have made 14,001, right? But truncate will always drop the decimal value. Okay, so if I say trunk, this will always drop. So okay, so in this case you'll find same because we do not have any higher decimal value, right? But yeah, if you had, you would have got it like that. Then you have floor, ceiling. Okay, what ceiling does, okay, remember this, right? Let's say you are in a room, ceiling is what? Above you, right? So ceiling will always convert this value to a higher even if it is 0.001, it will take it to the higher value. Okay, so it is, and these functions are in Excel also. EIL. Okay, so you run it. Okay, so it will take it to the higher value, whatever be the decimal point. Okay, you have floor. Floor will take it to the lower value, whatever be the value. Was there a question there?
Yeah. 0.0 if or 0.1 also it will turn to
Yes,
higher.
0.0001 also it will take. Anything more is next integer. Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Even in floor, even if it is 0.99999 also, it will truncate to the lower integer. Okay. Then you have ABS, right? ABS will convert negative to positive, absolute value. If it is positive, okay, it will remain positive. Okay. If it is positive, it will remain positive. But if I do salary into, okay, minus commission, okay, so it will return it as plus only. See, this is your negation. This is what is negation, minus commission, and this is multiplication, right? So it will do, so if you don't put ABS, Okay, we'll just put this value here. Right, so you get minus value, right? Obviously, because you're multiplying with minus, you get minus. But ABS will convert into positive. Okay, you have mod function. Okay, mod function will say select. Okay, it will give you the remainder part. Okay, so if you divide mod 22 by 7, right? What is 22 by 7? 22 by 7 is 3 point something. Remainder is 1, right? Remainder is 1. So you get 1. Correct? 19 by 5. What is the remainder? 5 into 3, 15. Remainder is
4.
4. Yes.
It's 4, yeah.
Right? Yes. Okay. Great. So these are some of the functions which are helpful. Okay, so let me put this header here. These are your, I would say, number functions. Okay, so let's have some date functions. Okay, I'll make a copy of this so that I don't just lose this. Okay, if something goes wrong with the internet or something. Okay. Okay, so now we'll see some date functions. Okay, so do I have set start from employees? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so you have hire date here, right? Hire date is date on which employee was hired, obviously, right? I want to know how, what is like how many days old they are in the system. Okay, so you have something called as sys date. Okay, select sys date from dual. Okay, sys date is a command which will give you current date. Okay, this is okay. This will take the system time. Okay, my computer time. So for me, it's already 8th. So it's giving me 8th December, right? So now I want to know how many days old these employees are, right? So I can say select higher date was single word or there's a hyphen in between. Higher hyphen in between, right? So I can say employee name, comma, last name, comma, higher date, comma, okay. Which is greater, sys date is greater or higher date is greater?
Sys date.
Yeah, today's date is greater. Obviously, today's date will be greater if you're not talking about future, right? So you have to
Yes.
say sys date minus
Sys date.
higher date. Okay, I'm saying um uh whatever a what do you, how do you rename it?
Maybe
Okay, let's not rename it for now. Let's run it. Okay, so say this 7,114 days, 0.03366666. It has calculated up to seconds, right? Or I don't know, millisecond, right? It has gone to that. So now you can simply say truncate, or you can use your round,
top.
okay, floor, seal, whatever you want to, right? So let's use seal.
Seal means top one will give, right? Like
Lower value, yeah. So if you are in system even for 5.9 days, that means you are not completed 6 days, right? Till 1 day before birthday, you call your old age only, right? So let's say you complete 18. Till 19th birthday, you will be 18 days only, correct?
yes.
18 years only, right? Only in birthday, you'll say, no, today I'm 19th, right? It's the same. That's why you are doing ceiling, right? You're going down.
You said seal is upright. Floor means
Oh,
down.
sorry, you're right. You're right. Ceiling is up, yes.
That means
Need to do floor.
yeah, floor we need to get. So that's
Correct, correct. Floor is down, ceiling is up, right? That's how you remember. Yes, you're right. Okay. So, so you get, so this tells you so many days in the system, right? From 2003 to 22, it is about 7,000 days. Okay. Now you can order by this or whatever, right? I mean, you know this. Now let's say I want to find how many months they are into the system. Okay.
months.
Yes.
Divide by 12.
Divide by 12 we can do, or divide by 12, will you get month? No.
Yes, you know.
Divide by 30 will give you month, isn't it? Not divide by 12.
Yeah, 30 days in a month.
Yeah. And that is on average, right? But you have a function, sorry, you have a function called month between. Okay.
I thought year and I said by 12. Sorry.
So floor, instead of floor, you say months between. Okay. Months between will tell you how many months.
Oh, is it a function?
No, wait. It is a function. So here you don't give minus. You say you give the first date comma second date. Okay. First date is sys date. Second date is higher date. I want function in between. In between we say between A and B, right? So between sys date and higher date. So you get 233 months. Again, you can use ceiling, floor, whatever, round, right?
Okay.
7,000, and I can use something like that. Okay, so let's do this one also. Okay, so this is, I'll put as days service, and here I'll say months service. Okay, home, you run it. Okay, so 7,144. So just to check whether you got it right or not, select 7,114 divided by 30 from dual, right? Just to check if 7,000 by 30 will it give us 2,333 or not. So it is 2,337, right? So okay, so that's why you can get wrong also, right? But this is definitely accurate. Okay, months in between will calculate months. So see, if you had done 30, you would have got 4 extra month. Okay, but it's not 4 extra month, it is 2,333, 233 only. Okay, so it will calculate number of months that you are in job. Okay, if you want to add, like today is 8th December, what will happen after 5 months? What date will be after 5 months, right? So I can say here, select, okay, add months. Add months, okay, sys date, comma 5. So what do you think you'll get answer as?
It will add up to 5 months.
Yes.
Date.
So it is 5 months from today is 8th May 2023.
Okay.
Okay. What is the next date for today, from today? See, now see, I'm talking about sys date. We can replace it with higher date in case you are doing it for the employees, right? I'm just trying to show you different functions that are there. So add months will, obviously give you next month. Then you have next day. Okay. So next day you don't need to give 5. Okay. Then let's say we do last day. Last underscore day and sys date. Let's see these values. Oops, invalid number of arguments where. Select add months. Okay. Let me try to run it one by one. SQL command not properly ended. Okay. So this is your add months.
From due you are selecting, right? Maybe we need to give only one.
Yeah. And let's see which one is wrong. Okay. Which one got wrong here? Select. Okay, so next day. Okay, so this is wrong here. Let's talk about last day. Okay, so see, last day gives you.
The current month, last date it will give.
Yes. Okay, it gives you, last day of the current month. Okay, so you want to know whether it's 28 days, 29 days, or 38 days, or 40 days. Okay, so instead of sys date, you can give any date. Okay, so you can give. So generally, when you're giving date, right, we give it in a format. Okay, you can give any format, but you have to change it. If you give this format, you don't have to change it. So I want to know 23 February, right? So I'll say 1 hyphen Feb hyphen 2023. Okay, and you run. So it tells you that in 23 February has 28 days only. Okay. Next day is giving error here. Next day is expecting different one more argument. Okay, invalid number of argument. Let me give 1. Yeah. So 1 gave 11. 2 should give 12. Yeah, 2 is giving 12. Okay, so
That means it gives us after 2 days what date? Like current date is 8, right?
no. Okay, so I got it wrong. See, it talks about your date of the first weekday. Okay, first weekday. Okay, so okay, date of the first weekday. Okay, so uh, let's say okay, here. Okay, uh, 1 second, I'll do it again here. So let's say instead of 2, I give, today is what? Today is Thursday, right? Let me give Thursday. Okay. So now when you run it, okay, it gives you the next Thursday, right? If I give Friday, you will get tomorrow's date. So it gives you the next day, right? So when I gave 1 here, okay, or let's say I give 2. So the weekday, okay, starts from Sunday. No, it's not a valid day of the week, right? So you start with 1, okay? 1 is, okay, 11th. 11th is Sunday. So see, so weekday. So you have 1 for Sunday, 2 for Monday, so on. Okay, so next day is not next date. Okay, next day. Next day means on particular day, what is the date, right? So it takes the date from which date you want to see and which day. So let's say I'm in okay, I'm in 1st Feb. Okay, I'm on 1st Feb. I want to see after 1st Feb, which is the next Monday. Next, always next. Okay, so after 1st Feb, which is the next Monday. So Sunday is 1, Monday is 2. So I'll say 2. Okay, so after 1st, next Monday is 6th Feb. Coming Monday, right? We say coming Monday, right? Coming Monday is 6th.
That means like, I mean, first Feb is on Monday, so that it will look for next Monday.
Yes,
Like first Feb is Sunday means it will look for Sunday.
yes.
Okay.
So 1 if you give Sunday.
It looks that for what day it is, and after that, it's look for another Sunday.
Correct.
Like the number of Sunday, like you
No,
have
not
given.
number of Sunday. The
I mean,
date on next Sunday.
you have given 2, right? The 2
So
indicates.
2 indicates Tuesday. Sorry, Monday. Sunday is 1. 2 is Monday. 3 is Tuesday. 4
Okay.
is Wednesday.
Okay.
You can't give more than
Um,
7. You can't give less than 1.
so what is the day, Swapnil, on 1st Feb?
No. What is the 2 means Monday. So what is the date of the next Monday from 1st Feb? Okay.
And we
So wait. I'll show you
are.
here. So 1st Feb is Wednesday.
Yes.
Correct?
Okay.
So what is the next Monday? Next Monday is 6th. That's what you get.
Number indicates like 1 for Sunday, 2 for Monday. Okay, only up to 7 you can.
So if I
Okay.
want tomorrow's day,
Tomorrow's day, you won't get it here. You say add date, right? We had somewhere, we haven't done, right? We have add months.
you
Okay.
add me.
So you add date, you add time. Okay. So, is sys date. Okay. And you say add date. Add date. Now add date 1.
Okay.
Let's see if this gives you the, no, add date is says invalid identifier. Wait,
Maybe underscore will introduce add function.
yeah, let's see. Okay, so we have add date. Okay. Um, so you had what? Add months, right? So let's see add dates. Do you think we'll get it? Let's select and run. Okay, no. So see, there is the one that I got earlier. Okay, is right. Okay, so you okay, so it is add date add. Okay, date add, but it needs different parameters. Okay, so it tells you okay, let's say 1, right? 1. Okay, invalid date add, invalid identifier, date add. Okay, and let's say I put date or day. Okay, or you say day or you say DD. Okay. It was there. Okay. No. Okay. So what happened is, let's say you have, it's a generic stuff. Okay. We take the date. Okay. So date and I'll just check. Okay, why it is not working. It tells, so you have three things here. One is your date. Second is, to this date, how many numbers do you want to add, right? And you want to add to a year or to month or to the date. Okay, so you can add to okay, or maybe next day would work, I don't know. Okay, so you can add year, okay, quarter, okay, you can add month, you can add even day, right? So what we just did there, day, okay, day, right? So day we have done, right? Yeah. So date add or add date. Wait, wait. Add date. Both are not working, right? Invalid identifier. Just give me a second. Let me quickly check. Because this is what it should be. Okay, it is date add or add date. So
Should one not come after
no,
sysdate?
no, it's actually saying the function itself is wrong. It's saying, okay. Otherwise, it
Oh,
should have given that,
yeah.
parameter is wrong. So date
Mm.
add, it says, if you see here, date add, so use this function to add specified number of days, months, year. Yeah, this is what I was saying, right? Date add, date, format, days, months, year. So let's look at an example here. This is to return the date. Okay, date add. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay. So select what? Sorry, what did it say? The return, right? So let's do return only, and then select return from duet. Okay. So missing expression. Return. Okay. Now instead of date, let me give sys date. Okay. Now let's run and see. Return identifier. Okay. So let's remove return also. Let's give this date add. Invalid identifier. It could also be, sometimes what happens now, things change on different versions. Okay. I'll say how to check next date in Oracle. Okay, next day is day. This is what we have done. Okay, not this one. Or I'll say tomorrow's date. Okay, let me see. Sys date plus one. So it says to char. Okay, so this is to change the different format. Okay, to char will anyway do it. Let me save this. This is to change the different forms. So by default, we give DD and then 3 letter of month, and then we give this, right? You can change it to whichever format you want to. Okay. So 2char is to like 2 character. You're converting number to character or date to character. Okay. So when you convert sysdays, to which format you want to convert, so to convert into this format, 24 hours. We'll come back to it. Let me first focus where. Okay, sysdate plus 1 is also it says, right? So that means if I say select, okay, select sysdate plus 1 from dual, right? So sysdate plus 1 will give me tomorrow's date. So you get tomorrow's date, right? So I think you don't have to use any of the functions. Directly says sysdate plus 1. Okay. And if you want it in a different format, you can give, so the dy is the day, dd, date, mon. Now, if you put month, okay, then it will give you the complete spelling, December full spelling. If you just put mon, it will give you first 3 characters. Okay. If you put 4YYY, it will give you 4 digit 2022. If you put only 2Y, it will give you 22 only. Right? So then the HS24 means hours in 24. Okay. So if it is 11 p.m., you will get 23. Right? So it gives you in this one. Okay. And MI minute, SS second. Okay. So if you want tomorrow's date in same format, you say sysdate plus 1, you will get in the same format. Yeah.
Only +1 is possible, or +2, +3, whatever we want you can
Well,
use.
whatever you want.
Okay.
After 100 days. So you can put 100. So you're adding, like just like we added here, we subtracted this somewhere, right? No, we have
Okay.
not done it, right? Yeah. So it is, you can add date like any other number. You can, we did higher date minus this date, correct? So you can add 100 days. So it'll give you the date after 100th day.
Okay.
Okay. So yes. So these are some of the functions. You can also have like, convert time zone, right? You can convert one time zone to another time zone. So, okay. So this way you can actually work with the date. Okay. Okay. So date add, which I was doing, right? Okay. It is to add to date, not this, whatever, right? So for next, yeah, you have day of the week. Okay. If you want to know day of the week, you can say day of the week also. So select day of day of week, day of week. Okay. And you run it. Okay. Yeah. Did not work. Okay. So I don't know. So dates we don't use that much. Okay. If you want to know, okay, let's go and check again. Day of week SQL. Okay. So day of week. 1 second, I'll just be back. So you have a few other things. Let's say you want to know the current with date and time, right? So select now. Okay. Select now. Okay. From dual, right? That's so from dual. Now is a function, so you need to have bracket. So I don't know, most of the function is not working here. Maybe I think it could be with this. Let's go to SQL Server. That's what I'm saying. Why these things are not working? Let's go to SQL Server. Maybe the way this is designed, that some of these functions may not work because this has this thing right protected. Let me see if it works in SQL Server. Because we have 2-3 functions which hasn't worked. So I can give wrong wrong arguments, but functions I remember. So how can functions not work? Let's go to library, new query. Right, so we have table here, right? We have members. Okay, so select, okay, now, okay, it's not showing, from dbo dot members. Okay, so it's showing now is not there. Okay, but what was that? Day of the week, right? Okay, so let's do sysdate. Okay, so you have sysdate time. So now when you run it, uh,
Maybe we need to give column name, I think. So state of some column name.
no, I mean, let's see,
Within brackets we need.
sysdate doesn't get bracket. Yeah, so you see this get date. Okay, so get date will give you get date from the system. Okay, so you have get date, and now what was that we're trying to use? We're trying to use day of the week, right? Day of week. No, it's already giving underline, red underline. Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes this date functions, okay, might change with the versions also. Okay. Mm, Day of the week. So those functions now. See, you have here help, and you can go to the documentation here, resource center. Okay, and you can find. Okay, so if I want to need to know day of the week. Okay, so filter by title, day of the week. Okay, so this will take you to the documentation of this. So, okay, small date time and a function. So sys date time. See, it has sys date time, but I don't know why. Okay, we did not use function there, right? I think we missed to use function.
I think you didn't keep brackets on that.
Bracket, yeah.
Instead.
So, yeah.
Mm.
So you get sys date with time. Okay, sys date time offset. So to give you the difference in the time. Okay, okay, what is the difference in the time? So when you do minus, right, we got in days. If you do minus without anything, it'll give you days. But if you want with second, you can do it in time offset. returns the date time offset. Okay, then you have sys UTC. So this is the UTC time zone if you want to look for UTC. Okay. Right. So get date, date name. Okay, returns character string representing the specified date part of the specified date. So date name, date part, okay, and date. So date part is whether you want, you know, year or month. Okay. So date name will give you the, so this is the date that you're giving, right? It could be sys date time or any specified date. This will tells you which character, which one you want. You want date or year or month. So it will get that particular part. We did this right now. Okay. It'll give you the day, month, and year, right? So what is the year component of the sys date? So date from parts, date. So you have date, time, to from parts. Okay. Right. Functions that return differences. So date diff. Okay. Number of date or time. Okay. This is number of date or time crossed between two specified date. Right. So if you want to do the difference between date. Okay. So best part is, when you are doing with date, because date, there are a lot of things, right? Date is not just one, right? Date can be your um, year. It could be quarter. You can do it based on quarter. You can do it based on um, date, month, week also. You can do even based on different time zones, right? So it's a very complex thing. Okay. And we don't always use everything in every uh, date part, right? So yeah, so you have these many things which are more popular. So you can click on it. You can get examples also from here. So see, you have date name, right? So date part, okay, and date part can be year, quarter, month, day of the week. This is what we want. Day of the week, date, day, week, weekend, weekday, hour, minute, second, millisecond, microsecond, nanosecond. You see, okay. So date name. So we wanted select date name from DVO members. Okay, and date name will give get date. No, sorry. This part, and this is your dy. Okay, let's see. This should give us the. No. So let's go back again to our tutorial. Okay, it says day of the year. It's the day of the year. Okay, so day of the year. Okay, day of the year. So this is, today is 342nd day of the year. Okay, from Jan 1st, we have come like 342 days in a year. Then
Okay.
weekday,
Date. What's the it will consider?
today's date.
Instead of
Week,
get date, whatever date we have given on that day. It will be.
that day from the year. Okay, so weekday will give you today's day. So weekday, right? So today's weekday is Thursday. Okay, then you have, you have month, you have day. Okay, so if you want month, you will say month here. Okay, and also it is always better you go from help, because if there are any changes in the versions, right, you will actually see here. Okay, so things will change from different version to different versions. So now this is talking about, because I went to help from here, right? So this is specific to SQL version 16 that you are using, right? So yeah, date part, and date part is what? You can use any of these things: microsecond, millisecond, quarter. Okay, so yeah, so this is how you can play with your date. Okay, and date does get complex, okay, because we have so many different parameters, right? Mostly we use how many days, how many months, right? But yes, you can actually try here. Fine. Okay, so we'll stop here. Okay, with that we've we kind of completed with date functions. What I need to do is the to-char, right? We already used to-char. We'll see what are different examples of to-char, how to convert. Okay, so to-char basically means convert into to character. Okay, what you see here, this is a date. Now I want date to be in different format of character. So you give format, so this date or number will get converted into this particular format that we give. So similarly, you have to number also, to date also. So let's say you have a string as a the input, and you want to convert that into date. You can say to date. Okay, so we have to date, to number, using which we can convert into different format. Okay, so tomorrow we will talk about those two functions. Okay, and yeah, and after that we also have to do aggregate functions. Okay, aggregate means count, sum, average, where we are working on more than one particular column, so or particular row, not column, sorry. So whatever we have been doing, it was very specific to row, right? Now, okay, after conversion we'll talk about functions which works on multiple rows, right? Like sum, when you're doing sum, it will do sum on entire row, correct? Then you have sum if that we did in Excel. How to perform sum if here in SQL. So tomorrow we'll work with that. We'll finish off this, and then next week we'll talk about subqueries and outer joins. So maybe I need 3 more days, and then we'll wrap up our SQL. Okay, last day we'll talk about some of the objects that we have, like views and index. We have not created views, we have not created index. Index are automatically created, right? So we will create the index and views. Those are important for us to know. So after that we'll take break from SQL. We'll move to Python. Sounds good?
Yes,